Hey guys, guess who? It's Miss B. Hi. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope your families are doing well. I know it's a difficult time right now. We're all stuck in the house. I'm actually with my parents in Florida, making sure that they are okay. But we have to keep on learning. We're not going to let this get in the way. So I'm going to be doing some videos for you guys to get you started on our projects. So stay tuned. Hey guys, me again. Okay, so I want for this first assignment for you guys to go around the house and find some things that have different real textures. So real texture is the one that you can feel, okay? The one that you can feel with your fingers. So something like I got this brush and I got this seashell. It has a texture on it. This leaf has texture. This towel has a different texture on it. This picture frame I found too has kind of like a ropey woven texture on it too. So these are some different things. Oh, and then this stuffed animal guy, he is kind of fluffy and he has like a furry texture. So go around the house and find some things. I mean, a brush, a toothbrush, anything. So now you should have your 6 textured items. And you're gonna take a piece of your drawing paper and a pencil, and you're gonna draw 9 boxes. So 3 rows of 3. Now, if you don't have a ruler at home, which you may not, I don't either, so I'm just gonna use the edge of a book and line up the book on the edge of my paper this way, and then just go across and do 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just doing this so I can make three rows of 3. All right, whatever's easiest for you. You don't have to do them exactly the way that I did them, but I just found it easy to make them this way. Okay, so now I have 9 boxes. All right, now that you have your 9 boxes, the first 6 are going to be used for the textures that we have found around the house. And then the last 3, I want you to kind of come up with your own and invent your own kind of texture. And I'll show you what I mean. So the first thing we need to remember are kind of the 3 rules that were discussed earlier on in the lesson plan, which is we want to make sure that we incorporate value. So things that go from light to dark to show, to make the texture look like it has depth, right? See how like this part here is darker and this part on the top is lighter. So you can see that that kind of curves inward because it's darker, right? The same thing, the number 2 is to make sure that you repeat some kind of pattern somewhere. It's, you know, sometimes a variation of pattern with strokes and stuff, but as you can see, there's definitely patterns going on with texture a lot of the times as well too. If it's furry, it kind of moves around a little bit. Okay, and the third thing is to remember the edge or the contour of something. So if I'm drawing like a fuzzy animal or something, the lines are not going to be straight on the contour around him. They're going to be kind of like scratchy and fuzzy and furry by making different strokes like that. Okay, so on your paper, you're going to take your first object. I'll take my shell and put it here. And I'm just going to zoom in on an area of it. I'm not going to draw the whole shell on here. The point is for me to get kind of different textures, not, oh, does it look exactly like a shell? We're practicing different textures and seeing if we can just kind of follow what's going on here. So I'm zooming in on one area of it. I'm starting off light with my pencil. Go too dark, you can always go back and erase. But, so it's kind of has all these different lines on it. It really does. These very thin lines that are close together. And then some of them get darker in the grooves. And then they get lighter as they come back out. Okay, and then they also kind of have a shape going this way too. That goes like around the contour of the shell. So these go down and these go up and down and like that. And then they also have these lines coming this way. Alright. We kind of have, which is a pattern too, right? I'm kind of repeating these the curvature of this line. So it's going to be a little bit darker here. And these are going to go more up this way. And then here, back down this way. And so on. See how we're getting the different areas going around this way, also going up and down this way. They do get smoother up here because they don't have as much of these lines, but I don't even actually, I'm only focusing on this part right here. So I'm gonna stop it now and continue with the next one. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to my second texture, and this one is kind of the ropey one. So I'm gonna have to show where it rises and falls and kind of, it goes behind each other. It's kind of like braided. Don't mind that noise, that's just Mr. Grumbles. Sure, I get those spots a little darker. And then just add a little bit of, it's not white, so just a little bit of value to the rest of it. So it's kind of like a gray, right? Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep going with that one, okay? So I just want you to keep going with all of the textures that you have. Let's see, this one here, we've got kind of spiky, which I thought was gonna be fun to kind of work with because I liked how the edge of it, even though the brush kind of comes like this lower part, these spiky things kind of just come right out there. They're a little bit straighter than that, Ms.B. They're not all straight, but they're kind of coming out like this. So this is definitely a fun one to kind of work with because it's so spiky. And then the ones here kind of come out at you this way. And then some of them here are going straight this way. These on the edge kind of come this way. And then this is the edge that they're kind of just sticking right at me. Sticking right up at me. So yeah, they do have those little things on the end. So then I'm gonna go add those in. Kind of a fun, interesting one, isn't it? They kind of look like they're getting longer here. And then they're sticking out. Spiky brush. And I'm going outside the box here. And that's okay. Because with textures, that happens. And that is okay. This one's kind of fun. I was right. It is fun. All right. So there's that one. All right. Keep going. This next one, you know, not that hard to find stuff around the house, hopefully, right? This is just a regular washcloth towel. You can do a blanket. You could do a little rug, like even the rug in the bathroom if you have one. They all have lots of different interesting textures. This one alone has like 4 different textures on it. If you can see, this is a finer one. This is, so it's kind of softer. And then this is kind of actually a little bit more rough. And then this one here is more smooth because it's more flat. So here's a bunch of different ones. I can pick whichever one I like here. But these are kind of interesting because they're almost like tiny little balls of fabric, just repeated. So there's a lot of pattern in this one. So they're just kind of like little, kind of weirdish pieces of fabric that are woven together, and some of them just happen to stick out. So this is just repetition of these little things. Can you see on my paper? And I'm doing really quick, and then I'm gonna add the value underneath of the flat part, kind of like that. And hopefully, keep going, it'll start to look like this. Okay? All right, so you guys know what to do. On the first 6 are gonna be the ones that you guys choose for your textures. The last 3, come up with something fun. Maybe you wanna do some practice of fur. Okay, so you're gonna practice going kind of following the fur. Remember that stuff moves. If it's underneath, it's gonna be a little bit darker value. And if you have something like that, you're gonna wanna follow the strokes of the contour of the object. So if it's round, you're gonna wanna have these curved lines, right? You're not gonna want just plain straight out lines. Maybe you want like a fuzzy or something jaggedy. Okay, maybe do your contour, and then you can do something that has kind of this, I don't know, hairy texture. Sounds good? All right, I want you guys to finish these up. We'll be graded. So I hope you do a great job. If you have any questions, please email me. Okay, guys, bye.